Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mario Decentralized channel. Today we are going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum. What do I think is going to happen to the market in the upcoming weeks and months? I'm going to also talk about a signal that hasn't flashed for a couple of months, and the last time it flashed we went up massively, so make sure you stay tuned until the end if you don't want to miss any important information and massive opportunities. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. We can see here we are consolidating around the zone, but I think the drop might not be finished yet, guys. I think there is another leg coming here at around $110,000, and after we will continue our bullish run. I think market looks still not so strong. Let's see. There are apparently some new big news coming tomorrow from the US, so let's see if that will change the situation. But for now, market looks like it will change the bullish mode into a bearish mode. For now, we can see here big resistance right here. Also downtrend. We have here higher lows and higher highs, unfortunately. So for now, let's see. I still think support here at 110, and if it's not holding at 108, and you can see here my Bitcoin position is opened at around this area right now, still a little bit in the profit, which is not so bad, but many of the altcoins position here still dropped massively. As you can see here, my Bitcoin position, and this is also my biggest position, and this I'm definitely gonna watch out in the future for. I'm not gonna open so many positions, especially with such a high margin. Like this margin right now, it's a little bit worrying for me. So I'm not super comfortable anymore with this trade right here. So I'm waiting for a big bounce so I can deleverage it a little bit. You can see here we're not so far. We just basically like around 9% away from my entry point, which is in leverage terms quite a bit. Luckily, I'm using here a lot of margin, and I still have margin available, so it's unlikely. You can see here my liquidation price at $92, so it's unlikely something bad will happen, but I would be very careful. If you're trading with a lower and smaller account, always use a stop loss. I can only recommend it to you. There's always going to be another opportunity to multiply your capital. Most important rule is to protect it. Now, let's go over here on Ethereum. Let's see if the bulls are in the Ethereum zone right here. We can see a massive support at $4,000. Seems to be holding, but for now we are still moving sideways basically. So we still might be moving sideways into zone right here from 4,800 down to 4,000 and back again. This can happen definitely. If we are not going to hold the support zone, the next good support zone is here at around $3,800. Let's see if that will be reached or not. I still think the $4,000 support zone is quite strong. And also, guys, this signal here, we can see here the RSI, look at it, oversold, and right here also even more oversold this time than last time. And last time, let's take a look here what happened. From this we went up around 48% since the RSI was oversold. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are gonna see the same move here. So let's see what will happen. If the RSI will make the same move, 47% to the upside, we will be at around $6,200. That's definitely possible. Actually, I think even more is possible for Ethereum, because I'm still very bullish, even though many people, are like, the market is finished, everything is over. I still think Ethereum will surprise everyone, and Ethereum will also pump all the other altcoins once it starts pumping. Then we know here, once Ethereum gets in a parabolic mode, it's not stopping. It can even go to like $12,000. And right now we have no retail, guys. We need to understand this. The retail is not in yet. Usually when the retail is in, Coinbase app is at the top in the app store, and we have many other indicators, but right now the retail is not in. So now we are just crypto veterans and a lot of institutional players. So you need to be careful. Those institutions, they want to get your Bitcoin before they are going to pump the prices. So they are buying a lot of OTC until there is no more OTC, Ethereum, and Bitcoin left, and then they will start buying on the market. And as you know, there is not so much Bitcoin and Ethereum available on the open exchanges. So with that being said, there might be some big moves coming into crypto very soon. Right now, Doge, we can see still doing quite good, over 300%, almost 300%. Link trade also doing quite nicely, even though it did better last week. Solana trade still very well. Sui trade in the red. Stellar Lumen trade also in the red. Cake trade still doing okay, not so bad. Then we have here the beat and sword trade. Though this is the only one that I'm not so comfortable with because I added so much margin. I was a little bit too bullish on crypto AI, which I still think has a big opportunity, guys. Because let's talk a little bit about beat and sword. Beat and sword was just here in July. Beat and sword was at around $461. So let's say if it's gonna do the same move from here, we're gonna make up 45% just on spot with a 10x leverage. That's around 460% on my trade. That would be at around 80-90k in profit. So I'm still gonna keep this position open. Once we will pump, I'm definitely gonna deleverage. I'm gonna take half of my position out. Actually, let's do it right now. Let's set an order here at 3 and close. Once we reach 355, we will take some profits, which is definitely quite nice. Now, if you want to trade like you see me do here on the VX platform, you can grab up to $30,000 in bonuses. Make sure you take advantage of this opportunity. This is an exclusive opportunity for the moderate decentralized family, and just take it. You can get, even if you don't have any capital, you can get up to $100 just for signing up, and another special bonuses up to $30,000. And also, if you're an experienced trader that already has some capital, you can get a 20% deposit bonus. So let's say you will deposit $100,000, you will get $20,000 in bonuses. So take advantage of this opportunity and let's make some gains. This was it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to take profits. See you again next